Question 1, economic growth and environmental stewardship. How do we get the balance right, Mr. Goldstein-Rose?
It is not a balance. They go absolutely hand in hand. We can't have one without the other. My vision is to make Western Mass a center for clean energy technology, primarily by investing in clean energy research at UMass, tying it in with new businesses, attracting people to come, professors from around the world, to come here, make this their home, and work on a concerted, coordinated effort to develop the revolutionary technologies we need to solve climate change. This is something that can go beyond our district and beyond our state while creating jobs here and creating new economic opportunities here and creating a commercial tax base here that we need. This is something that could bring in grant money, can bring in all different pieces of agriculture connected with our schools, connected with our companies. And it's something that we can do as one state and as one region of a state that will have a big impact beyond our borders. If we want to truly solve climate change, we need the entire world to switch off of fossil fuels and onto clean energy. And to do that, you can't ask a poor farmer in India to forgo a coal power plant and remain in poverty. You have to have something that's actually cheaper for them, and that means new technologies like batteries, like solar cells. We can develop those here. We can develop them here, we can patent them here, we can earn a lot of money for our community while we sell them around the world and truly solve this global problem. In the meantime, there are all sorts of things we can do in terms of efficiency. I've been spending my last few years working on carbon pricing, which would improve our economy, create a modest number of jobs, while also reducing our emissions. We can invest in weatherization for small businesses, for low-income families, to save people money while also reducing emissions. Environmental protection is essential to have a strong economy, and economic growth, we have our greatest opportunity for economic growth from clean energy in this area. You have a choice in this election. You can be satisfied with the status quo of what the legislature is doing for us, or you can elect someone who will challenge that status quo, who will get the bigger issues on the agenda. From my perspective, and I speak for a great many of my generation, the stakes are too high for us to accept the rate of improvement that the legislature is currently giving us. We need bold action. We need systemic change. This is a community that understands the immediate steps we need from the legislature, as well as the broader reforms. This is a community that cares about our children and grandchildren, and this is our chance to say, we want the state-level support and reform that's necessary for our community. We want to start things that go beyond ourselves and beyond politics as usual. Please keep that message in mind as you decide who to support in this election. Our state government is moving too slowly to deal with the crucial issues facing our communities. Speaking of changing what the government is considering, we have not really talked at all here about the greatest issue facing my generation and all of our children and grandchildren, global warming. Climate change threatens our Massachusetts economy, it threatens our funding for our schools, and it threatens our future. As a community, we need to fulfill our responsibility to the next generations by making climate change and education our top priorities and acting with much more energy than the legislature does now. Business as usual in the legislature is not giving our educators the independence and the funding they need. It's not solving climate change or creating the thousands of clean energy jobs we could be creating. My name is Solomon Goldstein-Rose. I grew up in Amherst, attended our public schools, served on the school committee, and I'm ready to move forward system-changing bills as I have already done in legislatures. 18 to 29-year-olds are 20% of the Massachusetts population and 2% of the legislature. We are one of the most underrepresented groups you could imagine. Please check out solomonforrep.org and join this movement and vote for me on September 8th. Together we can create real change.